Take two. So, this is Phantasy Star Universe, the follow-up to Phantasy Star Online. Much more proper of a follow-up than Episode 3 was. This is the title screen. It's not the most interesting thing. It's there. But yeah, as you can see, our two options are Story Mode and Network Mode. Network Mode doesn't exist anymore. The servers are down. And the only way to play the servers are through Clementine, which is a private server, PC only. And we're playing an emulated version of the PS2 release of this. That way we can get everything to scale properly. If I wanted to make this look the absolute best, I would actually be using a capture card for the 360 release. But I don't have that. Well, if I were to want this to be the best, it'd probably be an emulated version of 360 release, but my PC can't do that. So this is what I gotta settle with. Well, not the PC release, the 360 release. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing Story Mode. Story Mode is going to be pretty distinctly different from anything in Phantasy Star Online. It is going to be a story mode following a single character. We will be playing as a pre-made protagonist. And yeah, let's just get straight into that, because there's going to be a lot of cutscene right away. I'll detail more in a bit on things going on. We'll have a lot of time to talk.
In a faraway galaxy lies a sun orbited by 3 planets, the Goral system. A place inhabited by humans and their creations, castes, Numens, and beasts. For 500 years there was war among the races, a seemingly never-ending conflict. Then finally, an era of peace and prosperity that has lasted 100 years. But now a darkness has awoken and threatens the universe.
Hello? Oh, hey, Lumia. Yeah, I just got off work. I know. I'll take the shortcut through the alleys and be there before you know it, okay?
Hey, are you okay?
Oh, my leg! I think... Oh, damn it!
I'm so sorry, but are you okay?
Oh, what do you think?
Well, it appears you've injured your leg. How do you feel now?
Huh? Hey, the paint's gone. I'm healed.
I'm so glad.
Thank you. Hey, was that a technique? I'm Ethan Waber.
My name is...
Ma'am, we'll be late for the ceremony. We have to get going.
Yes, you're right.
Now, if you'll excuse us.
Oh man, I completely forgot. I'm gonna be late too.
Who said we are lost again in this lonely world? I say we can start again. We're on the same ship. It's called Starship Earth. It is not too late. It's our home, so don't say that it's fake. We must not give up to build our future on our dreams. We will never lie down and die, but we'll find a way to survive. We all have somebody we love. We know that's why we're here. We battle for freedom. It is a battle against the dark. I have my dreams. You know I'm not afraid of bleeding. It is the time. We battle for tomorrow. It is a battle against time. And we can do miracles. So take my hand. We need to save this world.
Hey, Ethan! I'm over here! Come on!
Jeez, do you have to shout like that? It's embarrassing, little sister.
But the ceremony's already started. I want to find a good place to watch. Come on, Ethan. Let's go!
All right already.
Now, finally, in control. So, very immediately obvious is, once again, how much of a departure this is from Phantasy Star Online. First of all, once again, the single-player story mode, to be expected to some extent, with the fact that we're playing through a consistent narrative with cutscenes. And this is our protagonist, Ethan Waber. He is very generic, to say the least. Or as this game will try and convince you, he's such a cool guy. He's such a cool and rad dude with a hoverboard. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do a quick thing going into the settings. Camera controls. This is phrased in such a weird way. Camera controls. Camera follows characters, so third-person camera. Rotate. Default setting. Raise lower, reverse. There, I've inverted the y-axis. And first-person camera, raise lower is reverse as well. The translation for this game is off. Not exactly bad, but off. It's also set. Yeah, text display speed at normal. That's good for timing things. Dolby Pro Logic 2. No, I'll just stereo for now. Turn vibration on. Radar map display based on direction, which means set. Button detail display. Let's set that always display. This will mean more in a bit. Like, a bunch of this will mean more in a bit. Log out for a single-player game. That's a fun way to put that. This menu, by the way, yeah, it's trying to be a lot more minimalistic than Online's. You can't control it with anything other than the D-pad. But yeah. So as I mentioned, we will be playing, this is on the PS2 version emulated to be scaled up. The entire reason is just for the UI, because playing on the PC version, the UI, like, even if I can, like, do some modification to get it to scale up to a much higher resolution than originally intended, the UI doesn't really scale with it. And as a result, the UI would be extremely tiny, and any UI element would just look really weird. But yeah, so, time to go to the ceremony, I think it was? I've already forgotten. Time to talk to people. One thing, of course, yeah, I know. Like I said, I don't know actually how much the delay is, to be honest, so. So in case that was stated after I stated my reasons for using the PS2 port, just, yeah, the PC version's UI does not scale that well at all, is the unfortunate thing, and it makes everything exceedingly tiny. And besides, when I eventually get to Ambition the Illuminous' content, I'm going to have to use the PS2 version for that. Because if I want to do any of the story content, I have to use the offline disc for the PS2 version, basically. So I might as well do something that I can transfer files over. Yeah, one thing, of course, coming from Phantasy Star Online that's immediately obvious is the much, much, much more anime style that this is going for, which, admittedly, going with the faces, kind of hard to tell here, but it's easier when one of them pops up on the screen suddenly, but yeah, the modeling for the faces ain't the best in the first place. It's not the best realization of the kind of art style it's trying to go for. And unfortunately, it takes like till Portable 2 on the PSP for it to get better.
Come on, Ethan, run faster!
Oh, why can't we just use my airboard, Lumia?
You know you're not supposed to ride two to a board.
Watch it, you klutz!
Hey, hold on there a second. You want to give her back what you just stole there?
Well, you what the heck? Get lost! I didn't steal nothing!
Lumia, check your pockets.
My Masetta card is gone.
You see? Huh? Hey, come back here.
Ethan!
So yeah, just first things first, gotta chase after some guy who stole our little sister's money And we're just kind of grooving along, really.
Ha! Gotcha!
You again? I thought I told you to get
Now
lost.
you give me back my sister's card.
Hey, buddy, you's got a problem with my brother?
Oh, Hero! Man, this guy won't get off my case!
Because you stole my sister's card.
Now, just relax, boy. We're the Vole brothers, okay? I'm sure you've heard of us. So why don't you just go back to the hole you came from? Unless you want a piece of me. Understand, chump?
And if I don't?
If you don't... I guess this punk hasn't heard of us after all. Now we'll make sure you never forget us. Oh, God. I guess you're a little tougher than you look after all.
Ethan!
Lumia, you idiot, get out of here!
What?
Who are you calling an idiot?
Wait, brothers, grab her!
Got it!
Lumia! Run! Run!
Let me go, you jerk! Let me go!
Well, now, we wouldn't want your little sister to get hurt, would we?
Damn you!
Now this is more like it!
Ethan! You are cowards!
Whatever, girly. So, where's that tough guy attitude now?
Yeah! Lumia, duck! Yeah! Lumia, are you alright?
Yeah, thanks.
Good.
Screw this! Now you're gonna pay!
Ethan!
Don't worry. Just stay close.
Damn! It's a Guardian!
Looks like you got lucky this time. Let's go!
Hey! Come back here!
I'm not surprised. Most of these lowlifes don't have the belly for a real fight. Are you two all right?
Thank you, mister. You rescued us.
Yeah, thanks for getting in the way.
What?
Ethan, how could you say that? We could have been in real trouble.
I could have handled those guys just fine by myself.
Oh, sounds like you're quite the tough guy.
Wanna find out?
Ethan, stop being so stupid. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's gotten into him. Come on, we're gonna be late to the ceremony.
Don't have the belly for a fight? That is such a weird way of translating don't have the guts. Still dealing with a lot of cutscenes.
Huh? That girl!
What? Mirai? She's the Divine Maiden. Do you know her?
Divine Maiden, really?
Yes, silly. She's part of the Goral Faith, the symbol of communion. They say she can see everything.
Who would have known?
Ah! Maiden, over here! Over here!
I pray that the holy light may touch you all and bathe you in its warmth. What is this?
What was that?
Everyone listen, we must leave this place now.
Did you see that?
Ethan, we've got to get out of here!
Yeah, I'm coming.
Finally. For a couple seconds, we're getting control back. So it's been established. Ethan has a problem with the Guardians, and he's a tough guy who won't back down from a fight. And now for control to be ripped away.
It looks like everyone's been evacuated.
That way's blocked up by rubble!
I guess we've got a long walk ahead of us. Huh? Lumia! Get over here!
I can't! I'm too scared!
Lumia! Huh? Lumia! Lumia, are you alright?
Yeah, I think so. But there's so much rubble I can't even see you!
It's okay. I'll go get help. You stay put. Understand?
Ah. Well, our airboard is busted, so we gotta travel on foot now. Game was never gonna give us airboard movement. So, first notable thing, this song is burned into my brain from everything Phantasy Star Universe in terms of just the setting in general. This pops up a lot. I guess everybody's been evacuated. Then he sees somebody be just crushed under rubble. Just, oh, huh.
Sorry, kid. I'm too busy to chat right now. You better get to a shelter.
My sister! She's trapped behind some rubble. You gotta help me, now!
Calm down. I'll call headquarters. Headquarters, this is Leo. I've got a female civilian trapped behind debris. Requesting help.
Roger. We'll dispatch assistance as soon as possible.
Got it. You see, kid? Help's on the way.
Thanks. I really mean it.
It's all right. Don't sweat it.
Okay. It's just that no one was around and I didn't know what I was going to do.
Hey, what's happened here? Where's that bravado I saw earlier?
Huh? What do you mean?
Hey. No harm meant. Just glad you didn't do anything rash this time.
What's wrong with believing in yourself?
Nothing, as long as you know when to ask for help. Listen, you gotta understand, you can't do everything by yourself. If you don't learn that now, it'll come back to bite you someday.
To be honest with you, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you'll understand someday, kid.
Huh? What is that?
Something's coming out of it. Be careful. Damn!
Hey! Oh no! Are you okay? Just gonna borrow this real quick. I got it! What is it? Hey! Hey, you alright? Where are you hurt?
I can't move. I'm paralyzed.
What should I do?
Help is coming soon. You might not be able to wait. Your sister could be in trouble. Come take my weapon and go protect your sister.
Alright, I will.
Leogini Santosa Beraport. So, finally, getting into the actual gameplay. So, there's going to be a lot to really note as being different from Phantasy Star Online. First of all, because this is the single-player story, we are going to be getting to save points and whatnot mid-dungeons and stuff like that. Stuff that isn't in the online, like the network mode, or even really the anything involving a created character. So I'm gonna hold off on really explaining anything. I will just make note, man, a couple of shots to take down that thing. I kind of forget its name, but at the same time, I know that thing's like a usual end of mission boss, so not being underselling it. Yeah, with Leo injured, we have to essentially do his job for him. So, first things first, we have a normal attack, and we have Photon Arts. We don't have a heavy attack. There is no timing aspect to this. We can just mash the square button. This is for this release of the game. They eventually change things. And we have a left-handed weapon as well. We have, because we're using a saber, which is a one-handed weapon, we're able to equip something in our left hand. In this case, a pistol. It's actually a pretty cool idea, coming off of online. Also, you may notice as we shoot our pistol, or as we do Photon Arts, there's a little meter that ticks down, also slowly filling up. So that is, instead of having photon points be a character-based thing, they are now weapon-based. This is an idea. It's more of a thing for once we get into stuff that, especially like guns, where everything we do with them costs photon points. But right now, in terms of story stuff, at the very least, the main thing worth noting is that the enemies here, they're very strange, and they are some weird life form. Being directed to go break open some boxes for emergency supplies. Also worth mentioning that all of the item kind of logos are not like how they previously were displayed in online, in the whole boxes thing. The design for them is a bit different. And the emergency supply, a sword. Let's just check this quickly. So now that the game's actually detailed this, I'll actually show it off. But first of all, gotta go into items, add to palette. There's also link photon art. We don't have one. We can refill PP with items. We don't have any items for that. And yeah, so that's actually the big thing that this game does differently than online. The palette is not the action palette. You're not setting which things you have on each button. Your palette is the different weapons you have equipped. And it is for quick access between just your entire equipment set. And the idea for photon arts and for techniques and whatnot is they are now just linked to the weapon itself. And you equip them to the weapon. And then if you want to use different photon arts, you just switch weapons. Also, on that are usable items, which, man, 20 monomates, that's a lot. And yeah, as was mentioned, the sword is a two-handed weapon, so we can't use anything that would go into our left hand with it. There actually is something about the sword that is weird to me, but that's coming off of Portable 2 once again, and all the things that did. But you can't block using the sword. Yep, got our first level. just scrolls through all the stats we got from it. Oh hey, right. There's a first-person view in this game. I would say it exists, but it actually does kind of have a mechanical purpose. And, switch to handgun, switch to... In fact, when we go into first-person mode, we can aim and shoot. This game actually, like, coming directly off of online, there's a lot of mechanical stuff this game does that is actually pretty neat. And... okay, we are not encountering another important thing yet. But really, we don't have any photon arts for our sword, so it's best to just stick with the saber for right now. For this early tutorial bit. Rising Strike is pretty strong. There we go. I might as well take a moment to mention this. So, this game has crafting. It is an idea that is a solid one, but for the time this game came out and for how it's kind of handled, not necessarily the best implementation. And I've admittedly already gone over how this all works, but... yeah, like I said, photon arts are very powerful in this game, and... they also have a lot more going on than just, like, the weapon they're attached to. So, as just a basic thing, one of the big things in Phantasy Star Online was how many targets a weapon could hit. Oh, hey. Well, I guess I'll continue this thought in a second. So, this being a single-player game, well, single-player story, we're going to be getting a lot of NPCs joining our party. Genuinely, it just takes a bit of time for this. It is unfortunately, like... I'm gonna try the PC port again after this stream and see if I can... see if there... well, mainly see if I can get the Ambition of the Illuminous offline story stuff, but... I'll try it again after this and see if there's... anything I could do to... make it all, like, work better for, like, on-stream stuff, but... because it admittedly has been a bit, so, since I last did all the, like, checking and whatnot. But anyways, so hey, important thing about the Rising Strike there, it gained a level. Photon arts in this game are very strong, and the way you improve them is you just use them. Every time you use one, it gains experience. I forget if it's experience based around amount of uses or uses on specific things. Cut-in portraits are a lot. So, this level has officially become a trial, and as a result, we are now timed on it. Timing and scoring has begun. There are ranks for completing missions. We'll get into that when it pops up. I will say this. For as much as a lot of the stuff that Universe did when it launched, that turned out to be pretty bad and pretty poor and needed a lot of work, it was a very promising game at release. Like, starting all this stuff coming from online, got ideas that are pretty neat. Really, I will say this, I actually don't know why I'm sticking to just using, like, few normal attacks before I do Rising Strike, as if that actually changes anything. I should just be using Rising Strike, Rising Strike, Rising Strike, because that's how I level it as well, which, hey, I mentioned it levels. Be under player information Photon Arts list. Currently at 46 experience, and you can see its modifiers, a combo of 1. Oh right, combo means that it can chain into itself as if it was its own attack string. So using about 4 times there, but 96% experience. So yeah. So, as mentioned, the best way to level up our Photon Art, just use it over and over, kind of until we're out of Photon points for it. Which, as time goes on, we'll get better ways to do that as well. I.e., getting multiple sabers and putting the same Photon Art on all of them. And just doing that over and over again. Oh, I actually cut myself off of saying this earlier, but so the saber is a one-target weapon, just like you would expect coming off of Phantasy Star Online. The nature of targets is still important here, and Photon Arts change how many targets your attack does. So Rising Strike here can hit more than just one target, even though the saber is just a one-target weapon. I don't know the exact numbers on all this stuff, though. It's been a while. And now, yeah, I'm out of PP to use it. It will slowly regenerate. So I guess at this point, maybe it's best to just switch to the sword. Which, man, this giant glowing popsicle stick design is a lot. You know, I think these Delta Bonds already are using, like, they're sharing a death noise with the Gorans from episode 4 of PSO. Oh, right. Notable thing, by the way, about PP recharging, it doesn't if that weapon is not equipped. I actually kind of forgot that for a second. At the very least, I can still use the offhand gun if I want to do something more than just a basic attack with it. Basic attacks are still fine enough, though, for this point in the game. Targeting does feel a little weird. Like a character's turn speed feels a bit odd coming off of, like, I would say coming off of online, but even in that it was like still not exact. Camera movement is weird, especially when you just jut the camera slightly, like I'm doing there, how it just seemingly just... It almost seemingly has, like... Okay, like, doing this... It's kind of trying to fight it. Like, when the camera movement starts, it almost seems like it's fighting it. A bit weird. Yeah, coming directly off of online, having, you know, right stick be camera controls, pretty nice improvement. It is kind of annoying that I can no longer use the right stick for menuing, but that's its own thing. The menu is much less a thing you're supposed to interact with, like, while playing. Already got level 4 Rising Strike. As Rising Strike, eventually it will... Forget about Rising Strike specifically. By the way, yeah, like I said, I want to use the right analog to move through this. Later games do eventually improve how you control the menu a little. Yeah, I believe eventually Rising Strike will eventually get a combo, meaning that we can follow it up with an additional attack if we press the button again. And that is based around its level. So we have to use it a bunch enough to get it to be strong enough to do that. It's a solid idea, but it'll have its own issues as they come up, which is kind of the whole game. Solid ideas, but kind of lacking the refinement and full thought needed to make them really work. Also, worth mentioning, right next to every enemy's name is both their health and their element. Elements aren't really a thing we can interact with just yet, but they will become extremely important. Like, being able to tell what an enemy's element is going to be kind of the big thing of the game. Also, with how lethal, this is just like the starting point of a much more story-focused experience, but with how lethal, like, everything was starting out in Phantasy Star Online, the fact that, like, 4 damage out of my 153 health from pretty slow enemies. This game is a lot easier than Phantasy Star Online was, and everything in it is way less lethal. For the whole single-player side, that kind of makes sense, but eventually it kind of becomes a big problem. Because you may notice, once again, right, we can store 20 monomates. We get a lot of healing, enemies don't really do much damage, and we're gonna get a lot of health as time goes on. Positioning and dodging, the result, kind of aren't as big of a deal, even if it is, but it generally is easier to position and dodge because we can now actually, didn't really talk about this, but we can, yeah, through holding down L1, we can lock onto a target. If we hold down both L1 and R1, we can't lock on, we just move around and strafe, we just lock our camera in place. And even if we try to move the camera like this and like try to go for a claw grip thing to do that, we're still not going to turn. We are locked in the direction we're facing. So effectively with the left-hand pistol here, we can't lock on using that. It's whatever though. The game's combat definitely does have more going on, a bit more robustness to it, with the fact that there's launching and whatnot, offhand weapons, and there's a whole lot of mechanics going on that have been added from PSO. There's a lot of room for interesting things to be happening. Once again, this game genuinely starts very promising in terms of what it's adding. Got an A rank for that. Could have been faster. But yeah, as kind of was obvious, the Vol brothers are going to be the recurring goofy criminals who are not really all that evil, kind of goofy more than anything else, and will bounce back and forth between being on our side and against us. Also, I wasn't able to show this off earlier because I didn't have any damage when I touched one, but these are just full heals. And we still have yet to I don't know if that's actually her offline story, actually, thinking about it. There's objects in this game that I remember that you can interact with and are just full PP restores for all of your weapons. So you can just spend money to fully restore them. Anyways, time for Talking Rocks. So yeah, here's the thing. Goggles. So, they're automatically equipped to our action palette. They kind of stay there. I'm actually gonna check a thing. Okay, yeah, they are in our equipment. So I was wondering if they were just an inherent part of the action palette, but when I said earlier that, like, hey, the first person stuff, actually kind of a mechanic? Yeah. We can go into first person view, scan objects that are breakable, and then we can break them. So there, that's Ethan's backstory for why he was so standoffish against the Guardians. And that's all solved now. Establish that he doesn't really care for them, and then kind of immediately solve it. There we go. Can't really be dealing with that stuff when we're very obviously going to be joining them. They are the Hunter's equivalent for this game. Also, I do want to make a note of a thing. Probably was noticed earlier, but so those lines on our on everybody's equipment, on everybody's clothing, that is the armor being worn. That is just a thing. So if anybody has those little glowing lines, that means that you can tell that they're wearing armor. So really, Ethan was challenging people who actually were wearing equipment and were wearing armor. Nope. The timing for the sword swings is a bit weird, to be honest. It's very slow. Probably just check to see if there's... Whoop. Camera controls in first person in this game are a little weird because they're still kind of built like... Well, like I said, they have the initial resistance for like that acceleration. And then it's also not exactly like full like rotation. Like, how do I put this? It still feels like it's 8 directions. Yeah, like it's definitely locking into specific directions, and not just like slowly panning through all of them. It's not like proper rotation, it's just 8 directions basically. Oh hey, a Trimate. Not gonna be using that one for a while, but nice to have. I actually didn't note this, but this is what I've been doing with the weapon palette. Well, actually, item palette stuff. R1 and R2 are for scrolling through the palette without using any direction button, without using any, without using the D-pad. So I can just scroll up with R1, scroll down with R2. I can go to the item section with L1, and then scroll up and down with L1 and L2. It's how you're supposed to navigate it while in the middle of combat and whatnot. Hey, level 5. Yeah, this camera is kinda clunky, to say the least. Definitely is getting caught up on geometry and the whole, like, the resistance that it has feels weird. I'm actually going to quickly go into options just to see a thing. So L1, R1, L1 button, default button settings, and change button settings. Change is just... Let me just make sure by doing this. Okay, it's just for lock on and strafe, lock on, offhand, strafe. I was thinking it would be for the palette of which one is up and which one is down. Lock on, our options are hold and click, where we just tap the button and it locks on. I prefer hold in this sort of situation. I don't know why. Weapon technique swap. That's just hold and click for the bringing up the palette. That's especially something that I prefer as just a hold, because I don't want to have to press it twice. And then yeah. I was admittedly coming in here function key setting. I think that might be a PC only thing. Or it might be online only. But yeah. I kind of wish this game had a way for me to change the sensitivity for the right analog. Like the camera sensitivity. Because right now, yeah, it's a little clunky. Once again, to say the least. Hey, it's a Seed Vance again. Seed being in all caps. I wonder if this is important. So yeah, it's pretty easy fight. We can target, we can hit 2 targets with the Rising Strike. We can take it out pretty quickly because of this. Hey, Rising Strike gained another level. Not as quickly as Ethan in that cutscene, though. Even with the amount of damage we did, 4 shots still isn't enough. Oh, hey, it's... Oh, God. That was actually a decent chunk of damage there because it hit me so many times. It planted its tentacles in the ground and they just independently attacked. And also I picked up that Meseta too fast. But hey, for how fast we did that, we got an S rank. And we gained Rising Crush.
Hey! You alright there?
Yeah,
Sorry it took so long. Your sister okay?
yeah, she's safe.
I meant to come earlier, but we were short-handed everywhere. Guys, get working on that rubble, okay?
Yes, sir. Right away.
So, you did this?
Yeah.
All right. Not too bad, kid. Tell me, ever thought about becoming a guardian?
Huh? Well, it could be interesting. I'll think about it.
This way. Watch your step.
Lumia! I'm so glad you're okay.
I knew you'd save me. I just knew it.
The strange meteorites that have plagued the first and third planets, Parum and Motub, have finally reached the second planet, New Days, early this morning with truly horrifying results. The meteors left a path of destruction in their wake, contaminating the Earth wherever they struck. The local fauna has grown increasingly hostile, along with reports of new and unknown life forms. Due to the shape of the meteorites and emerging unidentified life forms from within, authorities have begun calling these objects seeds. The seed destruction, which started at the Alliance Centennial Ceremony, has reached astronomical proportions. A galaxy-wide state of emergency has been declared. The planetary governments have mobilized the Alliance military force for relief efforts. Stability is the AMF's first priority in order to prevent any further casualties. Obel Dalgun, who leads the Guardians, has issued a statement. Presented here is a portion of his speech. But could it be too late? Experts are predicting another wave of seed attacks soon. Reporting live from the Guardians colony.
Read New Days as New Diaz. Well, New Diaz. I just placed that I or the A for some reason all this time. Huh. Also good to see that Ethan kept the armor. Didn't give it back. Might as well make note that, yeah, the setting does have its own in-universe typography.
I look to the sky. I want to see your tomorrow. Let my soul stay in your
In-universe typography? In-universe alphabet. Typography might be right in that situation? I don't know. very dramatic all of a sudden. Cast roll for everybody we met.
Ethan begins his guardian training on the planet Parum. Who is the mysterious partner that he is to be paired with? Who are the strange mother and child that they meet on Parum, a planet controlled by castes? Next time on Phantasy Star Universe, Typical Lives.
So yeah, every time a chapter ends, we'll get that little kind of like panning shot of all the characters from it, and a little shot of the characters for the next chapter. And then we get just a next time on episode preview, which is actually kind of cute. I like that as a detail.
In a faraway galaxy lies a sun orbited by 3 planets, the Goral system. A place inhabited by humans and their creations, castes, Numens, and beasts. For 500 years, there was war among the races, a seemingly never-ending conflict. Then finally, an era of peace and prosperity that has lasted 100 years. But now a darkness has awoken and threatens the universe.
Three months later, the opening theme, Save This World, kicks in. So, I might as well mention, we're going to be seeing Save This World a lot, because every chapter begins with it. The game is going hard on trying to be an anime. It's a choice. I actually am okay with it because it makes me think of Wild Arms 3, which I think did it much better, but also because of that mention of Wild Arms 3, part of me is curious if this will ever change. Wild Arms 3 did. As you progress through the game, it would change the opening every time it would play, based around that progression, based around events that have happened. And the Japanese version would have its lyrics change to reflect, like, kind of the progression of the story. So part of me is going to be sitting through all of these just to make sure. God, that is a sleeping pose and a half. No blankets either?
Good morning, sir. Rise and shine. Master Waber, it's time to wake up.
Huh? Ha! Who the heck are you?
Good morning, Master Waber. I am GHX005. As of today, I have the honor of being in your service. Let me be the first to congratulate you on graduating from training school.
Thanks.
Master Waber, if you do not get ready soon, you will be late for orientation.
I know. Let me at least wash my face, okay?
I am GHX005, Master.
Now, how am I supposed to remember that? I know. From now on, I'm calling you Pete.
Pete. Pete?
That's right, Pete.
Understood. I shall be known as Pete, Master Waber.
Please, just call me Ethan, alright?
Your only appointment for today is the Guardian's Orientation.
Oh. Yeah. That's great, except I just got here and I barely know which way is up. Wanna clue me in?
Let's get the explanation of our bedroom. Getting the explanation for his bedroom after he's moved in and slept here. What are you, Pete? So, just a brief touch on some of the backstory going on. Kind of the world state, too. I actually think that stuff gets pretty interesting. So yeah, Pete here is our storage. He's our bank. That is especially important in this game because of the nature of having crafting materials. Also, I didn't mention it back when it popped up in the actual plot itself. That, yeah, obviously Ethan's dad is somebody important. Leo recognized the name. Let's see what... We can talk with him. Okay. That's the only support function that we have with Pete so far. He very much, yeah, he's obviously visually based off of the Haros from the Gundam franchise. Because this is a sci-fi setting, might as well. Might as well have a small orb as your partner machine. That is the only email that we have currently. Also, wait, that line from Ethan about, I just got here, I don't know which way is up, kind of thing. And the fact that Ethan didn't come from Parum. So, presumably, him and his sister have lived on the Guardians colony this whole time, right? They've lived in Silas City. So, it makes that line awkward, kinda. I mean, it is pretty big, so it's possible that he just doesn't know, like, the Guardian-focused stuff here. Okay, looking closer at his face, yeah, that... A very ripped old man. Holy shit. Yeah. I haven't really commented on it yet. I've kept meaning to, but the animations are strange in this game. They're very much Sega's mocap work at the time and how Sega handled mocap at the time. So they're weird and kind of floaty. So yeah, the things that attacked the colony last time that we had to fight are now officially designated as the Seed. What they are, where they're from, what they're doing, all that's unknown. They're just attacking places, dropping from space. Also, yeah, another thing that kind of been meaning to mention a couple of times here, but forgetting. Yeah, Newmans kind of officially have graduated from being sci-fi catgirls to sci-fi elves now, fully on. And more specifically, Japanese sci-fi elves. Culturally, Newmans kind of, yeah, are specifically or meant to represent Japan. Time to go to the second floor, Shopping Mall A. I actually kind of... I love these names a lot. Mifon Lead and her son, Jomb Lead. Jomb. Kind of talking to NPCs just so I can see their names. It's some Gundam name-ass names. I'm gonna ignore checking out the stores for right now, though. I'll probably get a proper tutorial on them later. It wasn't really that much of a long story, to be honest. Like, be honest, it was... I asked a Guardian for help, he offered to help, and then he trusted me to save people, and I felt really good saving people, and learned, oh right, Guardians save people, huh? So hey, bit of information on that the religion for this setting is based around worshipping photons. And defogs. Yeah, there's a lot of stores. Okay, here it is. This cube here is a photon charger, finally. It'll allow us to select, like, we can pay money just to charge photons in anything that has been used. Wait. Is it an item? Okay, I got the item for Rising Crush, which is a Twin Blade skill, which we don't have. A Twin Blade. We'll presumably get one eventually. Also, worth mentioning, because this game uses save points for this offline mode, there is no form of autosave in this game, period. Porsche to Vol. The way the camera works when, like, locking on or, like, changing directions, it's kind of weird, admittedly. It could have been, it was, you could see it a bit when I was fighting things, that when, like, kind of the character model itself swings around and, like, starts to switch in direction, the camera would start to shift with it. A bit weird. To the Kotova, which presumably are, you know, the cattle equivalent, but instead of Kotova milk, it's Kotova juice. They juice them. This'll goads. I'm just gonna be paying attention, a lot of attention to every single name that pops up. Okay, so basically, yeah, we're the hunters. There is a military that the governments use, but we are an extra force that can be called upon. It's a bit less complicated in terms of naming than, you know, sharing its name with a class. So that's going to be a thing in a moment, and we'll explore that when it pops up. Well, might as well check out the back here, see if we can do anything. Oh! Oh, dang it. Do I have author? Okay. Ethan's dad, Olsen. Well, that's a strange request. That's for MoTube. This one would be for New Days. I have to find the correct spaceport. Oh, that's the linear line. You can kind of read the... Like, you can kind of read the alphabet they have here. Like, it is very much still derived from English. Just sci-fi'd up. Okay, here's Parum. Like I said, like, I can kind of read that as Parum. I can't read the one above it, though. It's something department. Base stock. Okay, Parum is over here.
I've never seen the horizon before. Yeah.
We will soon be passing over the abandoned city Melvor. 18 years ago, an explosion completely destroyed
Little desynced from the subtitles.
The cause of this powerful explosion was never discovered. The ruins now serve as a memorial for those who once resided there. We will be arriving in Holtus City momentarily. We hope you enjoy your stay.
Also, we are currently flying over something that will be a later plot point. Don't worry about it for now. You'll find out later. So yeah, compared to... Hey, I was told I shouldn't talk to you. Why? Okay, good. But yeah, so compared to Phantasy Star Online, we actually have multiple different kind of lobby areas. That was just a weird aside. Curio Medoc. Might as well save every opportunity I get. So she was just recently made, but still kind of weird that a cast would have problems with speaking, admittedly. So yeah, just telling us about elements. Yeah, eventually it'll be kind of more established. Hey, why are casts in control of Perum, and why do they not like humans so much? Kind of. Admittedly, like, there's reasons. Once again, I actually think that the backstory for the setting of the Girl system is actually pretty good. Like, pretty interesting. And yeah, another very distinctly character designed, not character creator designed NPC that looks identical to one that we met on the colony. I wonder if that mysterious character who keeps popping up right behind us to prevent us from falling for things will be important. A weird way to keep trying to, like, sort of pseudo introduce her. Also, that Ethan is as gullible as he is when he's supposed to be like, what the hell is that walk animation? Hey. Okay. Spiel fonts. How did you know her name in the first place, Ethan? To ask how it was pronounced. Also, that is a weird thing to open up with somebody. Hey, is this how your name is pronounced? How do you know? How do you know my name? Who are you? Get away from me. Yeah, Ethan being from the city, like, from a very, like...
I'd know we were meant to be together.
That's nice, but this isn't the right time.
Just one kiss, that's all I'm asking for.
Please, not now. My boss might catch me.
Sorry to bother you while you're busy. You think I could get a Koltova juice? That's okay.
Of course. I'm so sorry, sir. I'll go get one right away.
Tactless as usual, huh, Ethan?
Is there any woman you don't try to pick up on? Try thinking with your head, Hugo.
I believe there's a spiritual bond between the sexes. And if the holy light brings us all together, well, who am I to fight it?
Why do I even bother talking to you? But just so you know, I'm supposed to meet my new partner here any minute now. And, rumor has it, my partner here is a girl.
What a coincidence! I'm waiting for my partner here as well. Please, try not to speak. Puts a damper on the conversation.
You two look like my guardian trainees.
An unexpected pleasure. I thank the holy light for this encounter.
What? I told you, she's my partner.
My name is Karen Arrow.
I will be instructor and partner to both of you.
Both of us?
Wait, that means...
He's my partner?
We normally have two-person teams, but we're short-handed now, so it has to be this way. I hope you both understand. I've been observing both of you for a while. You might be interested in my findings. Hugo Wright. Engaging in personal affairs while on duty is grounds for reprisal.
Yes.
And you, Ethan Waber.
Yes, ma'am.
I've been watching you since you've been on the colony, and your actions are too reckless. It's one thing to rely on yourself, but another to rely only on yourself. That's just foolish.
Huh? Wait, the colony? Hey, are you that girl that I saw?
While on duty, I expect you to use your head and think before you act.
Fine.
Even though you're only trainees, you have the same responsibilities as full-fledged guardians. One wrong move can cost you your life. The life of a guardian is a dangerous one. Now, gather up your things and get ready to move out.
Yes, ma'am.
I do kind of like that it's using the same prompt that you would get if you were playing online for that. Yeah, it's... And it's kind of almost like a tutorial for stuff that is mainly just going to be a thing for online. I mean, I don't know how much control we'll have over our party construction for offline. We might have some. There we go. So yeah, this is presumably going to be a thing. From what I remember about the offline modes, well, the single player stuff for like Portable 2 and whatnot, and for Ambition of the Illuminous stuff, it would require you to be like, hey, for this mission you need these characters in your party, so go and find them and add them to your party. Well, find them, but quote unquote, but still. Synthesis shop is preparing for opening. We can go shop for clothes, though. I'm actually genuinely surprised it hasn't given us a shop tutorial yet. I wonder if Ethan ever will. I actually don't recall if Ethan can change out his costume. Oh, and parts, this is the cast equivalent of clothing. Wait, what are you doing in here then? Prapo Kalwin. I actually might as well. So I haven't actually mentioned it this entire time. The cancel button isn't circle, it's triangle. It's kind of a little oddity. And yeah, Hyuga here is... well, his character is that he is horny. Is horny and full of himself, and that's his character trait. Welcome. It eventually kind of changes multiple games from now. Let's get our first mission underway. Meadow Purify. Yeah, we require both Karen and Hyuga for this. First training mission. Suppress the altered livestock and other creatures. Purify the seed infection in Rathon Meadow. Meet with client on site. We need a party of 3, and the max is a party of 3. So finally, time for more gameplay. With the big advice this time being, hey, you might be able to take down some trees with if you wear some goggles. Look for trees you can break. Oh! Camera movement weird. Also, man, this specific theme is burned into my brain.
What's that?
It looks like a cargo transporter. It looks like the engine's still running, but I don't see the driver around here anywhere.
Check it out! Hey, what is this ugly thing?
Ethan, you really don't know what that is?
Not a clue. So what is it?
It's a Koltova.
That's a Koltova? I drink the juice from something that ugly?
What planet are you from? Don't you know the uglier the Koltova, the more succulent its meat is?
Well, then you are one juicy Koltova.
Sorry, are you guardians?
That's right. Are you a resident here?
Oh, thank goodness you're here. I'm Norfe, the caretaker of this Green Farm. Since the seed attack, the Koltovas have been strange.
Strangely?
Yes, they've become very edgy and aggressive. When they attacked, we hid in a cargo container. But I don't know where Kalam is. Now he's gone. I've been looking everywhere.
Try to calm down. Now, who is Kalam?
He's Mr. Rhymeson, the farm's owner. You see, I was hired to help around the farm. But Mr. Rhyme was killed during the seed attacks. Kalam and I have been protecting the farm ever since. If anything were to happen, Kalam, I don't know what to do.
Don't worry. We'll do everything we can. We'll keep an eye out for him. I'm sure he'll turn up.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you.
Yeah. They juice these things. Once again, not milk. Juice. Drinking meat juice. Man. So many memories flooding back into my brain, even if it's not specifically for this story mode. Which I actually want to mention, I've never played this story mode before. I got into Universe with Ambition of the Illuminous' release. Which the standalone release of Ambition of the Illuminous, well, the release of it didn't actually contain the base game. It was a standalone. Oh, Hugh, you're right. Spelled with a Y. Oh. Oh, there are enemies there. Just like punch a bush and wow, this is really aggressive. Oh shit. This bush bites back. Yeah, just dealing with some level 5 Koltovas. The fire element, which we don't currently have a way of dealing with that, but both Hyuga and Karen are equipped for it. Because that's actually one of the big things about this game coming from PSO is the color of the photons on a weapon is not just a little thing to signify like the level of the weapon or the rank of it, like what weapon it is. the color of the photons themselves is the element. So because Karen and Hyuga's element, like their weapons they're using are ice element right now. Let's see if I can even, yeah, I can't check anything about them. Also, hey, we can see our type list. We can't change what type we are, but we can see that we're a level 1 hunter, a level 1 ranger, and a level 1 force. We're currently set to be a hunter, though. But yeah. So we can't actually see their stuff, can we? Party, yeah, we can't. But they're currently equipped with ice weapons, so that's why the photons on theirs are blue. All of our weapons are, well, our weapons and even our car line here, it's all no element, and that's why it's green. So we'll never run into any resistances, but we're never gonna get we're never gonna hit any weaknesses with this stuff. And as mentioned, element is kind of gonna be the big thing moving forward with this game. Hey, Varas, they're electric element. In fact, basically, the reason for the importance on weapon switching importance being so much bigger of a thing in this game than ESO is because of elements. Because we're going to be carrying a lot of different stuff, all in different elements, and we're going to need to be able to switch between it pretty quickly and consistently. And once again, it's also for like the photon points of each weapon itself and whatnot. Basically treating it as if everything has its own set of ammo. There we go. A breakable tree. Let's find out why I pointed out that we can break some trees. We get a star atomizer from it. Yeah, so far here, we're encountering a lot of electric element stuff, and the few Kotovas we'll find are going to be fire element. But yeah, we're going to want to try and see if we can break a tree. Scan around, because the mark over it that'll tell us if it's breakable will appear even if we can't scan it. Yeah, we're just going to want to break trees because they might have star atomizers in them or other like decent curatives items or whatnot. So, I might as well mention this, but it's been kind of very noticeable coming off of Phantasy Star Online. This game doesn't have combat music and out of combat music. Like, it doesn't have music transitions like Online did. It's just one theme for the entire map. Which, when this game came out, yeah, that was pretty noticeable by me. That, like, man, this feels weirdly, like, tech-wise, kind of a step back in some ways. Just due to some of the little touches that Online had. Hey, level 8. Hey, here's a little thing. One of these Varas is actually different. This one is a leader and it has an attack and defense boost. And you can tell that through its horns and through the shield on its arm. There's some slight variance with the enemies we'll be encountering. That there'll be ones that are slightly different and buffed, just inherently. Essentially leader versions of the enemies. Yeah, we're still in that point of being early in a Phantasy Star Online style game where everything that's going to drop is going to be basically nothing. We are still before the game is going to be even letting us, going to be even dropping like other equipment for us to use. And yeah, we have to scan it to even hit it, to be able to target it. Oh, Moon Atomizer X. Hey. You two just relaxing? What's going on? They're right. Okay. Their AI just stopped. Their AI has just kind of stopped working. Good to know. We'll see if they catch up with us some other time. Oh, there we go. Oh. A little special effect going on with these, so let's just see. No, not scannable. Having to re-equip my weapon every time I use the goggles is a bit eh. I'm kind of okay on the music in general in this game. I don't think it's anything that special, especially compared to when compared to the stuff in PSO. And I feel like part of that is the instrumentation that they went for. Sounds kind of meh, kind of cheaper. It feels like there's less of a distinct style that it's going for. I mean, that being said, like I said, it's all burned into my brain from the amount of Portable 2 that I've played. Nothing. You know, I might as well actually check in my inventory. Moon Atomizer X. Revives and cures any incapacitated allies near the one who uses it. Man, why am I stumbling over words right now? Yeah, Star Atomizer being a Star Atomizer. I've never used Rising Crush yet. I never learned it yet. I mean, I don't have a weapon that can use it, but still. Let's add this Trimate to our palette. And same with Star Atomizer. And Moon Atomizer. Might as well. Palette's actually pretty small. That actually might be an ambition of the Illuminous thing, where they increase the size of how much you could put on a palette. Okay. I'm still wondering if it's going to be level 15 for the cutoff point for when if Rising Strike gets any sort of extra attacks, if it's going to be level 15 for that specifically. Yeah, you can kind of also see a bit of a problem compared to PSO is that while the areas... Oh, hey. A Chagrice. Yeah, even if the areas are, like, in terms of walking area, like, kind of a little more complex, a little more... I don't know how to really, like, put it, but... Okay, I'm gonna go into aim. Up! Up! A bit awkward to do it this way. There we go. Still not dead. First person aiming is a bit awkward in this game. Oh, also, might as well check. Not a breakable tree. The fact that I'm using my left stick for first person aiming, I should be just using the right stick for it, like, yeah. Still feels a bit weird because it's not beyond just 8 directions, but so it's not, it doesn't feel anywhere near as smooth as it should, but it genuinely feels like you're translating like a D-pad movement into an analog stick. Well, at the very least we found a healing place. And yeah, it heals over time from standing on it rather than being just an immediate full heal. Because trials are things we're graded on now rather than just being like the whole mission itself being a thing, we are actually like ranked for these things. And how well we do on them does determine rewards to some degree. It determines a bunch of the rewards we get, which some of which aren't even popping up yet. So the idea of needing to stand around and heal at one of those is actually like a thing. That if you do need to get a full heal for free from them, that it's going to cost you time. It is worth mentioning, by the way, that, yeah, our physical attacks don't at all increase PP regeneration. It's just... PP regeneration is purely over time. So our basic physical attack pretty much just exists as a way of doing an attack without spending anything. Yeah, these ones... They have the attack and defense boost, but they're not leaders. It is neat that there is, like, enemies can have attack and defense changes, and it is referenced on their models. There we go. Finally time to use one of my infinite monomates. I will say, even without the timing aspect that combat no longer has, the fact that I can just mash a button and do basic attacks, combat still kind of feels a bit clunky in comparison to PSO. Doesn't feel as smooth. Yeah, I have 12 monomates left to use. I'm not going to be running out anytime soon. Where'd you get that, Karen?
Unbelievable. The seed did all this?
No, this wasn't the work of the seed. Those burn marks came from Alliance weapons.
What do you mean?
This Koltova. It doesn't look like it was infected. Look, here, see? No, it was killed by a weapon blast.
To prevent a second wave of contamination, all wildlife in the area have been terminated.
But that's barbaric. What is it?
An Alliance tank.
This area is off limits. It is under quarantine. Identify yourselves immediately.
We are Guardians, here on a purification mission.
I am the commanding officer of the 177th Brigade, Fulyen Kurtz. Can't you see that this zone is being sterilized? There's no need for purification.
Yes, but we have a report of a missing child in the area. Have you seen a little boy?
I didn't know that the Guardians also offered babysitting services. You better find him quick, or hope that he's flame retardant.
Aren't you our allies? There's a kid in danger out there. Don't you care if he lives or dies?
I will not endanger the entire planet for the sake of a single child. The contamination must be stopped at all costs.
Why you?
Cut! Remember what I said. I apologize for my comrade. Is it possible to delay sterilization until after we found the child?
Contamination has already begun to spread up ahead, and we anticipate another attack.
Leave the responsibility of the contamination to us.
Very well. However, if you find yourself in danger, send up a flare. We will provide help if we can.
Thank you for your cooperation. Let's go.
Novices.
So yeah, kind of touching on a couple things there. That, well, just like PSO, the military and the Guardians, well, the military might be, you know, not the Guardians' allies exactly. They may be a little villainous in this. And also that, so there's a reason why Cass would necessarily be a bit mistrustful of the humans in this setting, given the history. But yeah, another thing is the fact that there are a lot of, like, it is kind of a, I'll just say it, racism is a big part of this game setting. In the ways that the various different peoples have conflicted with each other. The ways that humanity has created other species and proceeded to be very racist at each other. And that's kind of a big thing. Humanity made robots and then fought the robots because the robots were sentient. Humanity made Newmans and then fought with the Newmans because, well, why not?
Oh no, the seed.
That one's odd. Never seen it before.
The contamination is spreading too quickly. It's replicating like a virus. We don't have any time to lose. Let's get moving.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, that's kind of the big danger of the seed in the setting, is that it's not just... Well, it's basically, yeah, it's like the dark attribute enemies, where they're formed from the D-Factor. The D-Factor itself is kind of like a virus. So that essentially was a bit more of a thing in episode 3 with the germ. It's kind of like combining the aspects of the germ with the T-Factor. I guess I'll save. Really, the reason why I'm saving is just in case there's ever any unexpected emulator crashes, and then I lose progress from that. Because I'm not really, like, that afraid of this game killing me. Fun way of spelling bloom. So attacks have no effect on the bloom. Surrounding the core sticking out of the ground are numerous root-like seed zoma. However, in the case of a fire seed contamination, the zoma cannot be detected through normal means. Goggles are required. After uncovering a zoma and exposing it to the photon eraser, purification can begin. When the zoma turn a grayish color, they are vulnerable to regular weapon attacks. After purification of the surrounding zoma, the bloom will wither, exposing the seed core, which becomes vulnerable to regular attacks. Additionally, items or info keys can be found upon purification of the zoma or core. So first, gotta use the goggles to No, not close enough for that one, but gotta use the goggles to expose the right. Sorry, it's just the way that was, the way that looked. Oh. There we go. I should equip this. Go. Mark both of those. Ow. This mechanic seems admittedly kind of perfect for like a Burning Rangers style side quest. Oh, oh. Now we can attack it directly. There we go. So yeah, as I was saying about the whole seed stuff, it's basically the D factor, except more of an aggressor that, like, we're in a group that's dealing with the seed factor as the D factor as an aggressor, basically, actively coming into, like, actively invading things to infect them, rather than us uncovering that, hey, people have been trying to use this. Of course, we may uncover that people have been trying to use this, and that that's the origin of it. I actually don't remember. I don't remember the origin of the seed at all. Yeah, we are now officially being graded on things, so... And yeah, because of the infection, things are now fire element. Hey, level 6. I really wish I could just scroll through this normally. So yeah, still lower accuracy than a normal attack, but quite a bit more damage. Hits a couple of times. Okay. They're not Koltovas, they're Distovas. Back here. Kind of a shame that we can't juggle them. We can launch them, but that's just opening them up to be hit a couple of times and causes a knockdown and whatnot. Nothing. Hey, some electric element powers. So there's going to be a lot of NPC dialogue in this, because admittedly the NPCs are a big thing in this game. Like, to the degree that even like free missions and stuff like that and side stuff will still have access to NPCs, and we'll just be able to choose if they're in our party or not. But there's still... Whoop. No. Well, like I said, this camera in first person moves a bit weird. Oh. It really is, like, the closest analogy I can give is Yeah, it's like applying... It's like setting the a D-pad for camera movement, like if you're playing a PSP game emulated and the D-pad was the camera on it, and it's like setting that to the right stick, where it's still technically just a D-pad for how it's moving, and you're just kind of just remapping it to just an analog stick. But it doesn't change anything about how it actually controls or functions. Yeah, I'm not able to move when in first person either. Makes the use of the goggles a bit harder. Okay, that was the last one. Hey, a star atomizer. So it's worth mentioning, anytime we see that 0, that is because an attack either missed or was evaded. It's kind of similar to the block animation in PSO, but it's a tiny bit more misleading. Because, yeah, it's explicitly it's basically just, yeah, it's an attack was dodged. Or just was outright missed. Once again, just the fact that I don't have any photon arts for anything but, like, well, I have another photon art, but the fact that functionally the only one I can use is Rising Strike right now. Just why bother using any other weapon I have? Not like I have any elements to take advantage of either. Oh hey, I've been inflicted with burn. Yeah, fire element attacks can inflict burn. Which, yeah, it just goes away over time. Just damage over time, that's really it, but... Oh. The range for scanning these is a bit weird. Come on. Thank you. Hyuga? Okay. God, the amount of time that I'm taking, I'm definitely not getting a good rank on this. Yep. I forget if X is a signifier that it is a better moon atomizer or a worse moon atomizer. and to guide NPCs close to the thing that I need them to hit. Oh, hey, I see Advance. Oh, I actually didn't know that NPCs could level when they're in your party. Yeah, that is actually, by the way, a benefit to offhand weapons. The fact that you can use, like, an offhand gun or whatnot while waiting for the PP to recharge on your main hand. Because if I were to switch to something different entirely, PP just wouldn't recharge in the first place. But of course, this is going to be less of a thing as we progress, and we get more ways of recovering PP per weapon and whatnot, and get more weapons in the first place that we can equip. I think ranking for this mission might include, like, it seems like we can skip seed cores and just not even bother. So I'm guessing ranking for this mission might include the amount of seed cores that we destroyed. Because ranking per mission isn't necessarily like always a set thing. It is very much, it varies based around whatever that mission's objectives were. Oh, hey, Karen died. I think this is like the first time I've ever used a moon atomizer. Just because of having to revive an NPC partner. Never playing it actually with other people. Never playing PSO with other people. Like, on stream at least. And like, PSO, like, if you use... There we go, trial cleared. Let's see what we were ranked on. But yeah, in PSO, if you had NPC partners, if they died, that was game over. Okay, yeah, it was number of enemies defeated, number of seed cores purified, and then clear time. And we got a pike for that. We actually did get a new weapon to use. So let's... I don't have a photon art for it, but still. Pike. It's a spear. By the way, I might as well mention, right next to the name of each of these, all of our equipment actually has... like... it has a brand that it's from. So everything we have is from the GRM brand. This is sort of a thing. Like, going forward, it'll be sort of a thing. And yeah. Yeah, we now have a spear, but once again, like, it's a rank 2 spear, you can tell because the metal parts of it themselves are blue, as opposed to the red of the, like, rank 1 stuff. But yeah, still no photon art, so not really a point in using it, because we could be using other things that have photon arts, and photon arts are where you do your real damage, and it's also, if you're not using photon arts, you're not leveling photon arts. We also can't take advantage of elements either, so... That kid actually does have armor equipped because of the photon lines that are on it, on his clothing. How are we gonna get out of this one? And a bunch of Koltovas spawn in. Guess we have to kill them. So is this gonna be another trial? Nope. Yeah, I saw a laser fence and it was like, okay, how do I open this? But no, it was just there for aesthetics. Guess I'll make sure that Hyuga has full health going into this. Taking a bit. Like I said, the downside of these is they take time, and that's supposed to be like that's a balancing factor for like trials and whatnot, making sure that, hey, if you do need to use one of these for free healing, that costs time specifically. Which admittedly, with how many healing items we have, it's not really that big of a deal to spend one or two. We can hold 20 trimates. Good God. I forgot about how many healing items we can hold in this. Like, I remembered that that we could hold, like, we get a lot of health, we don't take as much damage as we did in, like, online. And the game generally it is pretty easy to get more healing items. But I forgot that it was 20 of each. And then 10 star atomizers. And then you can factor in, like, casting Resta. Oh. I just have to pan around to make sure that this is the direction I'm supposed to go. By the way, I will say, as much as we don't have, like, our photon points, our PP, as, like, part of our character, seeing our experience bar is kind of nice, a little, I guess. It's not needed, but it's just one of those things that, like, yeah, it's there because it would feel empty without it. Hey, picking up some Dimates finally. You can bet we can hold 20 of those. If I remember correctly, I think there's some missions where the ranking is like boxes opened, where that actually is a factor in it. Hey, got a level for both Ethan and Rising Strike. We're now at the same level as Karen. I lost Hyuga somehow. Okay, there we go. Karen did level to at least be a bit further off than us. NPC leveling seems to be very, very slow, and I wonder if it's even gonna matter, like, if their levels are gonna be persistent between quests, or if they're just gonna automatically, like, oh hey, they'll, like, as we progress the story, they'll just gain levels just automatically. So that way we don't have to worry about keeping them in line with us. I hear a munching and crunching in the background. It's my cat. He eats loud. Check every now and then if a tree is breakable. Okay, this very specific layout for how the map is right now, it is the start of a mission in, like, one of the first missions in Phantasy Star Portable 2, and it's just seeing this exact map layout is like, oh god. I'm almost surprised that this did come from this game. That it has been in use that long. Just noticed, but I think that the PP cost of Rising Strike has actually been going down. Come on, get over here. It is kind of weird that guns in this have ammo that they can run out of. That just their basic attack, like, drains the weapon's PP. Admittedly, also kind of forget if guns having photon arts is a thing in this game. I think it is. It should be. Makes sense if it is. But I forget if that was a thing that Ambition of the Illuminous added, or if that was a thing that Portable 2 added. I mean, guns inherently are actually quite a bit better than they were in online, just due to how their targeting now works. The fact that you're firing out an actual proper bullet, you don't have to target a thing in the first place for the bullet to be able to hit anything. The fact that you do have, like, more direct aiming and strafing, the ability to lock the direction you're moving. There's a lot that guns have going for them in this, in terms of just being able to use them. I wonder if a boss fight's about to happen. And then, yeah, you also have first-person aiming. It's not the best controlling, but it still exists. I will say, there's...
That looks like the Alpha seed over there.
Say this
So,
after the
we gotta
cutscene.
purify it, right?
Yes, as long as there are no surprises.
Wow. What is that?
It's a relic site.
Relics?
They are ancient ruins that are thousands of years old, found scattered throughout the Goral system.
Alarm going off.
It appears that the seed are often found near relic sites.
I've never seen one in person before.
There is still so much we can learn from them. This may require further investigation. We'll contact headquarters about it later. For now, we have a job to finish.
Yes, ma'am. Come on, Ethan, keep with the program.
Oh, yeah, hey, wait up!
Distracted by door.
Oh no, what is that?
Is that Koltova? How did it get so
It looks
big?
like it's mutated from all the contamination. Be careful.
Okay, so here's our trial. A Goldova. Doing a lot of damage. It does have multiple spots on it that can be targeted. Come on. Get to that flank. Oh, there goes Hugo. There's about to go Karen. I'm in no danger. Okay, it paralyzed me. Okay, I'm in a little danger from that. Oh, NPCs respawn after a bit. Okay. I wonder if that's going to be a universal thing or it's going to be mission dependent. Kind of stuck inside it. The best spot I can be. It'd be great if I had a sword, though. If I had any photon arts for, like, my sword. Or if I had a twin saber. There we go. Let's see what this ranked us on. Just time.
You show real promise.
We did that in less than a minute. I'm guessing that would have been getting an S rank.
Man, that was pretty tough. Oh.
Stop it! Get away from my dad's Koltova!
Your dad's? That thing over there is from your farm?
Can't you see? It's got our farm's brand on its horn. This is my dad's Koltova, okay? So leave us alone. Go on and get out of here.
Hey, watch out, kid.
Let me do it. Let me go.
Look after him. Here. Okay. Hey, over here. Over here. I'll distract you so you can shoot it.
All right. Waver!
Yeah, I think.
You reckless fool. What were you thinking?
We juiced it. Is infected Koltova juice dangerous?
Look, someone's glad to see you.
I can't thank you enough for this.
Oh, don't worry about it. It was nothing.
Didn't look like nothing to me.
It's dangerous to wander off like that. I was so worried.
I promised my dad that I'd protect his Koltovas, but that's something a Cass would never understand.
No. Hey, Kalam, wait!
You might need some help there, Ethan.
Kalam. It was foolish of me to think I could take the place of his parents. But I don't know what to do now.
You know, I lost my parents when I was about the same age, too. At the time, I felt like I was all alone in the world. It was almost too much to bear. But with the help of people who supported me, I was finally able to get on with my life. Kalam's sad and alone. He doesn't know how to deal with it. He's pushing you away because he's confused and angry. Kalam needs someone who loves him. It doesn't matter whether you're a caste or not. What matters is making sure Kalam knows he's not alone.
Go away. I don't need you. I don't need anyone. Let me go. What are you doing? Let go of me, you stupid.
But I promised Mr. Ryan that... I promised your dad I'd look after you.
Man, I could get used to this. Helping people out, putting things right. Which reminds me, ma'am, I was wondering what you said to Norfay back there.
Nothing that concerns you.
Okay.
So, when did you join the Guardians, ma'am?
This is my 3rd year. I got my license when I was 14.
Huh? What? Let me see. You're the same age as us? You're only 17?
That's right. So I guess you can call me Karen from now on. But don't expect me to make it any easier just because we're all the same age. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
That was the end of chapter 2. Time for the cast scroll. Cast roll. It's weird using the term cast in the context of Phantasy Star. Pete, the most important one of all. Look at him in his glory. I wonder if the final two are always going to be Ethan and Karen. Or if that's supposed to be like, the fact that it's them over Parum makes me wonder if that means that the next chapter's story thing is going to be on Parum and mainly starring Ethan and Karen. Or if that's going to change over the course of the game.
Ethan and his companions, together with the archaeologist Dr. Dorson, head to the relics, only to find a Daragon's nest. What terrible secrets do the relics hold? And what does Dr. Dorson know? And who is the mystery man that reveals himself? Next time on Phantasy Star Universe, Relics.
So yeah, next time, next chapter. I'm not going to be doing that today. That'll be tomorrow. But can't use the menus with an analog stick. But next time we'll be starting to get more into the actual meat of the story, as it were. What's really going on.
In a faraway galaxy lies a sun orbited by 3 planets, the Goral system. A place
I'm just
inhabited
kind
by
of wondering
humans
if I
and
should
their
let this play.
creations, castes, Newmans, and beasts. For 500 years, there was
I'll
war
let it
among
play.
the races, a seemingly never-ending
I'll keep
conflict.
talking though,
Then
because this is the
finally,
third
an
time so
era of
far.
Peace and prosperity that has lasted 100 years.
But yeah.
Now a darkness has awoken and threatens
Next
the
time,
universe.
I'll be doing some little bit of going around, maybe seeing if I can buy anything, but yeah. Next time we'll be finally getting into like where the story is kind of properly beginning. Also, that lyric, Starship, we're on the same ship. It's called Starship Earth. What are you talking about, game? There is no Earth in this setting. I'm pretty certain at this point that, yeah, we're probably never going to see this. This Save This World is not going to change. Also worth noting from that little Chapter 3 preview, the pronunciation for the dragon's name, Duragon. Well, a dragon. Notably, it's 2 words.
Ethan, you awake yet? Up and at him. Come on, get up, you lazy bum.
Good morning, Master Hyuga.
Hey, Pete. Maybe you'll have better success at this. Want to try waking him up?
Certainly. Just one moment, sir. Ethan, sorry to disturb you, but Master Hyuga is here.
Looks like you're not having much luck either.
My sincerest apologies. It seems that extreme measures are called for. Please wait just a moment.
What the? Ow! Ow! Knock it off! Hey, I said knock it off! Let me go! What? Ow! Cut it out! Pete, please!
I trust you slept well.
You better have a good reason for this.
We're being sent to the Perum ruins. Karen's asked for us. I'm already in the city in Area B2. We need to...
Ruins? Is this about that relic site?
You got it. Now will you get it into gear?
Hey, you got... Ow! Pete! You can let go of my ear now.
My apologies.
Ouch.
Well, I'm surprised that the about here, I thought it was going to be game mechanics and not just like, hey, about the characters you've met. I can't see Ethan settling a domestic squabble. The idea of Ethan trying to be a negotiator, I can't see it. And granted access to type select and free missions. So, finally, we can select type. Which, yeah, as I've already kind of shown what type is. We can pick if we're a hunter, a ranger, or a force. But let's go item shopping. I have a lot of money and I need to spend it on things.
Welcome. How may I assist you?
Wait, right, I can buy much more than that. I probably shouldn't buy too much. And hey, grinders! For C-grade weapons specifically, though. And also traps.
Thank you.
They're not limited to just cast this time. I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they're limited based on type. I want to call them class, but... Which, by the way, might as well explain a little thing about this. So yeah, with types, you can see that like, not just does it change our stats and whatnot, it also changes what weapons we can equip. But you can tell that it shows the rank of weapon that we can equip up to. So as a hunter, we can equip basically any physical attacking weapon up to an S rank, but we can equip C rank rifles, dual pistols, shotguns, and B rank pistols, wands, and mech guns. As a ranger, we can equip B rank swords, spears, sabers, and daggers. S rank of any projectile-based weapon, and B rank wands. And then as a force, we can equip B rank swords, well, sabers, daggers, bows, pistols, mech guns, and then S rank rods and wands. And then, yeah, our...
You want something?
Here we go, finally. Tornado break. And, well, we have a spear, so... Oh, I guess I don't have
Thanks.
anything to...
Welcome. Can I help you?
Might as well get a twin saber. Might as well get twin handguns.
Please come again. Hey there. You want...
Okay, I think... Got burning hit, frozen hit, and plasma hit. Yeah, I might as well buy everything here. I have a lot of money.
Thanks. Welcome. Can I help?
Might as well buy everything here. Just that way I can show it all off. But yeah, with another thing that you probably noticed with the... Whoop. That you probably noticed with our types is that they also have levels of their own. So as things go on, we're going to be leveling up as a hunter, a ranger, or force, as well as just our base level and whatnot. There's a lot of mechanics in this game. Still have no element-based weapons, and the closest thing is Link Photon Art. We can change the element through this. So yeah, our twin handgun now is fire element, 10% fire. Oh hey, our dagger is 20% ice. Yeah, let's just go with fire for now. We'll be able to change that mid-mission at the very least. Link that sword to photon to a tornado break. Don't have anything for the pike. That to rising crush. Link that to Renkai Buyozan. Might as well, while I'm here, link this to Shunbu Shodenzan. Is the synthesis store open yet? Nope. Hello. So that kind of touched on a bit of why synthesis not necessarily the best mechanic for how it's handled in this game. We'll get into it more, but the mention of needing a board and the required items basically kind of touches on it already. Let's just see about changing our type and... Oh. Yeah, let's just see about changing our type and about doing free missions. Free missions are what they sound like, by the way. Yeah, it's just side missions that we can do repeatedly. Nope. My controller disconnected for a second somehow. So let's just... So yeah, we can change to whatever we want. We're gonna keep being a hunter for now. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go save and call it a day. Tomorrow we can do free mission stuff. And, you know, progress the story. Well, actually, there is one little thing I want to check about this. So we're on the spaceport right now. I wonder if we have... So... When playing online, the usual first mission you do is going to be on the linear line platform itself. This is where the first free mission you take is, and like everything online is in free missions. There are story missions though, but it's mostly, you're mostly taking free missions to do like, to grind and to like get the items you need and whatnot. You know, Phantasy Star stuff. So... By the way, I can turn on turbo. Look at him go. Oh. There we go. There's a lot of dialogue in this game. So yeah, partner cards are just, yeah, you can add characters to your party just whenever through that. You don't need to find them. So yeah, I can go to party, form party, and then just, yeah, pick whoever I have the partner card for. Gonna play, oh, wait. Is it going to play this cutscene again? Yes, it is. I'm going to skip it. It plays the travel cutscene every time. For everything. God, I just wanted to see the free missions. I didn't want to do them. But I just wanted to see them. I didn't think there'd be this much in the way. Should have called it when I got the chapter break. Yeah, to progress, we need to do a free mission, basically. There's... Oh, hey, she's just gonna be walking around here as well. Yeah, we can... If we find any NPC that is, like, we can, you know, add to our party in the first place, we can just by talking to them, but if we have a partner card, we can just add them whenever. I wonder how many of the random, if there's any of the random NPCs are going to, like, join us as well, like, if they're possible party members, or if it's just going to be the story characters. So the entire reason why I'm doing... Well, this doesn't allow me to show the thing that I wanted to, so... No prerequisites, though, for this free mission. Native creatures that lived in Rathlon Meadow because the seed influence became brutal, and as a result, they are causing damage in the local area. What I want to show, it might be a thing only for multiplayer mode that'll pop up. But basically, it's just that these missions do have difficulties to them, and those difficulties have requirements based on your player level. And it's not like hard, very hard, or whatnot. It's like C, B, A, S, S+, stuff like that. And it's not like if you can do hard for one, you can do it for all. It's every mission individually has its own level requirements, basically. I don't know if that's even going to be a thing for Ethan's story here. But anyways, I'm going to call it there. Been 3.5 hours, technically more, but... Well, that was the first take that my mic wasn't on for. So anyways, with that all being said, yeah, gonna call it there, and tomorrow gonna continue with this. I am gonna once again give a check to the PC version just to see if in the time that I last used it, well, tried it out, if I missed anything to make it, you know, a bit more easily watchable. And if the Ambition of the Illuminous PC port, if that does have an offline mode, because I recall it not, and that actually being the real breaking point. So I'll try and make sure there as well. But anyways, that all being said, thanks to anybody who joined in, and yeah, catch you all next time.